at 1 a.m.
Mm.
I haven't had donuts in like months, so I won.
I'm jelly. I will be right back.
All right, how the fuck do you open this? Hey, there we go. Oh. Oh.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Hello, how is the donuts?
Quite enjoyable.
I wish I had donuts.
I'd send you some, but I can't because that's illegal.
Is it actually, or are you just making an excuse so you don't have to send me donuts?
And that's piracy, dude.
It is?
You wouldn't download a car, would you?
It's not downloading anything. It's sending your friend a donut through the postal service. You paid for them.
I'm not paying post. I was gonna send you a digital donut.
A digital donut?
Yeah. Fine, I'll do it. I'll break the law.
Breaking the law, breaking the law. This tea smells weird. Tastes good. Just send me a picture of the Homer Simpson donut.
No, I'm gonna send you exactly the donut I send it to everyone.
Crisp cream. Delicious. God, I'm so hungry.
Eat the donut I sent you, dude. Come on, go waste it.
I can't eat it. I can't eat digital things.
You're not even gonna download and print the donut I sent you? What the fuck?
I don't have a printer.
You don't have a food printer? SMH, dude. Everyone has a food printer.
A food printer. Yes, that's definitely how technology has progressed so far. We have priorities.
This is a 3D printed food printer. Come on. You can 3D print
It
meat.
would take
Why
like
can't
an
they 3D
hour.
print a donut?
It would take like an hour to 3D print.
And then you make a really small donut.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like that bit in Back to the Future where they put like a dehydrated like pizza in an oven thing, and it just pops back up.
No, I want the thing from Fifth Element.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I saw this as a kid. And I was like, man, the future's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be.
Yeah, you really shouldn't use the Fifth Element.
Not at all.
Yeah, as like a measure of what the future's gonna be like.
I could order food.
Alright, there you go.
Chicken good.
Yeah, I want the stuff where you just pour like some fucking like, I don't know, garlic powder in a bowl, microwave, and then become chicken.
Or that bit from Star Wars where Rey just pours a little water on like some powder stuff and is like. All I did was press a button! And that's just a whole chicken!
Or, you know what I also like is,
Ooh. Oops, nope, fuck, shit, go away.
Oh. No.
I believe in you, find it.
Someone...
Did it delete it?
You know, that's fucking great. No, that's not. You'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright then.
Welcome back. Yeah, the thing I was mentioning, someone has all of the Spy Kids 2 movie on YouTube.
I'm 0% surprised at that. Honestly, it's Spy Kids 2.
Yeah, so that's why I thought those were like. Well, I thought the future would be like as a kid. I'm like, man, you just got instant food anytime. It's crazy. Man, I wish I had that right now.
Talk about product placement. That was product placement.
That was quality product placement, dude. Want some Mickey D's?
Look how fresh and delicious this burger looks.
Big Mac.
The Big Mac. I remember. Have you seen the Burger King loses the property for Mac in the EU?
Burger King?
Yeah, they tried to sue some like little place
No,
that had like Big Mac.
McDonald's.
Or McDonald's, excuse me. Thank you. But you know what I was talking about, that one picture.
Yeah, Big Mac, because someone else tried to sell Big Mac, and now they sold Bigger Mac or something like that.
Bigger Mac, EU. Oh, come on. I want this picture so bad. Ah, there it is.
Good old copyright.
Just
Way better.
Big Mac-ish, but flame grilled, of course. Anyways. So
Feels bad, they don't have Shamrock Shakes anymore.
dude, just Milky Milkshake and add green dye. There you go.
I can't make a milkshake. The fuck? That requires like a blender. And
All I see is a poop
Is it poop?
on your.
all I see is Yeah, see, copyright infringement. You can't put the Bigger Mac.
It knows. I'm gonna just snipping tool it.
Probably
You guys
does.
should also, in this time, be thinking of how you're going to describe your one-shot to everyone else.
That would be a responsible thing.
With the exception of O, who has actually seen every single one of your guys' one-shots, or was there. The rest of you don't know what happened.
I had a week to prepare and I didn't look it up. Hey, I'm smart.
Yeah, well, now it's time to formally tell everyone. And then Knopf is going to laugh at you guys or something. I don't know. I like playing Knopf because he's an asshole. Like me in real life. So I'm basically just playing myself.
You played yourself.
If I was like a bard and in like a super secret government assassin KGB program.
There's a lot of assumptions there.
And had a cool fucking magic sword. Did you put it again?
I just took a snipping picture of it so you could actually see the damn thing. Burger Big Mac wish it was. I just love I love how they just took full advantage of that and was just like, we're gonna shit on Big Mac so hard.
Not a Big Mac.
Not
a
Big
Big Mac.
Macs.
Yeah, not a Big Mac.
Anything but a Big Mac.
Yeah.
Burger Big Mac. Wish it was.
Like a Big Mac, but actually big. Kind of like a Big Mac. Man, can you imagine like saying this as like at the cashier?
No,
I
but
like a
seriously,
Big Mac-ish.
the Big Macs in Sweden are pretty damn small.
Are they really?
Yeah. Maybe it's a Europe thing.
I know America just has bigger portion sizes and stuff like that in general.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if that actually applied to like the burgers themselves, so I guess it does.
If I ordered food, would my parents go get it for me? If I bought them food as
No.
well.
Yes. Now
No.
you entered a social contract.
Downside, they can't really eat much of anything from the corner store. Son of a bitch.
Well, shame.
Shame.
Are we all back, by the way?
Give me a second. I'm gonna yell at my parents.
I am here. I don't know if O is here.
Oh, it's here, as you typed in roll 20. I'm assuming you're a busy IRL, which is why you're not talking. No, it's fine. It's fine. I will say, start typing out something for Marshall's one-shot description, synopsis.
Never mind, it's fine.
Oh, I found a pile of
Okay,
bacon
that-
in the hallway.
That fell through immediately. Let's go.
Okay, well, apparently we're all back. So yeah, who wants to go first in detailing what happened in your one-shot? Oh, can't go first because he's typing his out. So one of you three remaining people, who wants to go first?
Rochambeau.
I will roll 1d3 if I have to.
There we go. I volunteer Fred as
Wait.
tribute.
What were we explaining?
Our one-shots.
Yeah, I want you to detail out to the rest of the party because they didn't see it. Apparently,
I can go first.
Okay. Seema goes first.
So, I woke up, after we, accidentally threw ourselves into the Shellbridge crate, I guess my group didn't so much throw ourselves as just kinda, yeah, good. But anyways, I woke up in a jail cell. My friend Danaway over there was real close to me.
Shows on my hand, like a what's up hand.
And we figured out that it was actually an orphanage cum like school building, and there were all these little goat people running around that were actually little children who have been
Wait, what?
Sentiments exactly.
No, it's just like what?
So they had actually been I would say corrupted by
It's a good
this.
word.
What's the word for something that's slightly lower than a deity, but still like
A
pretty
demigod.
godlike? Yeah, I'd say like a demigod type figure. That they refer to as mommy.
Not just like it's like a shudder. That's
Yeah, it was creepy.
goat people calling something mommy.
Yeah, and the mommy was a giant goat head skull, which is why all the children also had goat skull faces that were masks, but they weren't actually masks.
Can you make it weirder?
Well,
Oh no!
Why did you ask that? Why?
I didn't
why did
think
you ask
it would
that?
get weirder than giant skull.
Why did you ask
to
that?
meet with mommy, we had to first play some games on the playground, which mainly amounted to me and Danaway beating the living shit out of a bunch of kids so that we could win.
Smirk.
I mean, were they
But-
trying to kill you?
It definitely felt like it, and Dad would just sort of like rubs like a spot on her shoulder.
Yeah, they also, the main thing that the children did to serve mommy was that they collected tributes for her, which were, as far as I could tell, basically trophies from people they had killed who had happened to wander into the orphanage on accident.
Little dolls, Danaway remarks.
Skittles.
I don't know if I want to answer this, but did you keep one?
No.
Okay.
We traded the one that we had to mommy as an offering so that we get out along with two of the seekers that we had found. And she let us go.
Wait.
While we were there,
She let you go? She let you go.
we played her game, and I think that, her, as long as we didn't bother her children and we followed her rules, she was okay with us going on our merry way. Also, I'll say that while we were there, we also found some notes that what's-his-face was Aiden Hughes, was trying to buy, basically, a large group of the orphans. Which, it seems that, he got all of them in the end.
That's fucked up. That's a really sick joke. I like it though.
Jeremy nods what the Nomad says, and then shakes her head as just, no, not that last part.
Nomad's doing like hand symbols over the popcorn.
Are you making it magical popcorn?
You note that it's not making any noise as it pops.
How do you do that?
Magic, duh. What do you think this hand shit is? Come on.
I figured that.
Silent
but-
spell. It's a silent spell. Evelyn's like peeks up this. You're using a silent spell to silence the sound of popcorn. Yeah. I mean, what else would I do with it? Evelyn just shoots you all a look like, who is this idiot?
Look, It's stupid and weird, but it kind of makes sense that we don't want to make a ton of noise, and popcorn's kind of loud.
You'll be thanking me when you start eating this popcorn.
In a roundabout way, he makes sense. That's who this is.
Who is this? How is he here? How is he not infested?
Aldrich?
You don't want to know?
I think I do. I am a figment of your imagination. She gives him like a dead glare. Okay, maybe I'm a bit too real than you would like. Psst, guys. I don't think she likes me.
What tipped you
It's a
off?
shame because she's a pretty face, but in all honesty, she's sort of scaring me right now.
I don't blame you.
I can hear you.
I know.
I really should have used like the silence spell on myself, huh? That'd be
Well, then you wouldn't be able to talk at all. We're getting distracted.
Yes, you are. Who is this? And what is this? And she points at the hookah, essentially.
The hookah.
Hookah. That I can answer. That is a particle distributor, so I've been told. She just stares at him. It's curing the room, Seeker Captain. That's all you need to know. Thank you. Now who is he? She still continues looking at you guys. Knopf just lowers his head and pops his popcorn in silence. In actual silence.
Chedamir is not going to answer. She will fuck it up.
Suffice it to say, he's a friend in a very high place.
How high?
Point at the cure hookah, and I say, that high.
Roman persuasion. Knopf finishes the popcorn. He sprinkles salt and drizzles butter over it. Evelyn just pinches the bridge of her nose.
It's just anime food porn over in that corner.
Yeah, just like the Food Wars anime. Ev. Evan looks at Henri. It wouldn't be the first time we're kept in the dark. It's sort of our jobs. Knopf, you said your name was? Sure, let's go with that. He says, sprinkling more salt on it. Are you here to fight the infection? Well, fight is a very strong term. I'm here to aid against the fight. Or in the fight, rather, against the infection. Good enough for me. Very well. I trust your associate here, other than popping popcorn, will actually be able to help us. Oh, I got goodies of information for all you guys once I finish hearing these stories. Speaking of which, and he turns around and has a bowl of, sort of ceramic bowl filled with popcorn. Who's next up? Insert Marshall.
I feel like Marshall probably would say it pretty fast. He's like, oh yeah, here's this.
Broke
and that,
out
and those.
by breaking a wall. Found Janek and Vitros. Tala was being studied
Vertus.
in a glass room and got... Sorry?
No, it's Virtus. But this is
Verdi. Oh.
No, that spelling's incorrect. Don't worry about it. Moving on.
Tala was being studied in a glass room and got injured. We found two people, one averse to sound, the other was Andreas, who we ambushed and cured. Afterwards, Nevi snuck up on us, who woke up to being pet. Eugh. Then we needed to find the key to find Banyo, the keeper of the ward. We killed him, and on our way out found the burglar who we saved, Reggie. We found information that Aiden Hughes was taking subjects, but eventually got pushed back.
At the notion of Nevi was being pet, I kind of want to look over and see how her reaction to that information being just put
She's
on
looking
screen
away.
is- Yeah.
She's looking away, and it's just like a very glassy blank face. Knopf sidles up next to her and holds out the bowl of popcorn. He doesn't say a word, he just, huh? She takes some in, smiles a bit, and says thanks. It's good popcorn. It's like someone in a movie theater crunching popcorn right next to you.
I think Chandler just like pats her on the knee reassuringly, like it's okay. Trying to be reassuring.
Alright, who's next? This is just crazy. Which I guess is pretty expected for the cradle, but who's next? It's between you, Cheddar, and you, Aldrich.
Well, I guess I'll go. I came to in a padded cell. Lack of better words to describe it. It was locked, but that's not a... It wasn't a very good lock. Found my way out. Navigated the ward. Found a creature, I suppose. So I double backed and checked the other end of the area, where I found Owen, who seemed to be stuck in some sort of mental prison, some sort of fiction. Managed to talk him out of it, and the two of us snuck past the doctor, I suppose, overseeing the ward. He looked pseudo-human.
A lot of stuff in this town looks like that, if I'm being honest, from what I've seen so far.
Owen also found 4 dossiers. And we later learned that was one for each keeper, more or less. The doctor, as I mentioned, story went that a psychopath was being escorted by an actual doctor, and the two of them switched places, and the psychopath then learned the job while pretending to be the doctor and forcing the scarred, mutilated doctor to take the role of intended patient.
You guys should write books on this. I think it's all pretty well in the South.
That's Owen's job.
Yeah, where's the kid, anyways?
I sent him out of town. He almost died in the fight.
Well, okay, fair enough, fair enough. I was gonna say he gets some really juicy details out here, but if he's almost dead, or he's nearly dead, fair.
He's fine now.
That's good. But go on.
So
Mr.
from what I could understand, the creature guarding the top floor, the 5th floor, I believe, or the 6th floor, the bottom floor was larger, was this doctor personage, Dr. Visage. Don't really know what his deal was. Beyond that, I opted to avoid confrontation. On the floor below, I believe it was, I encountered what was his name again? Nevin?
Secret Nevin.
Seeker
It's not
Nevin.
here, but yeah.
Who'd survived an encounter with a case of clinical lycanthropy. A man who believed he was a werewolf without actually suffering from the disease.
Okay.
Irony of ironies. The infection
that's-
had actually turned him into some sort of super werewolf.
Oh, he got what he wanted then. Happy ending for him, I guess. Shame we're gonna probably cure the town later, and he's gonna be really pissed about that.
They're gonna have a handful with that one. We quickly made our way to the 3rd floor, I believe. Either way, I believe this is where I found you, Evelyn.
She nods slowly. He has a bit of a grimace on her face. Not the best circumstances for regrouping.
Among the dossiers Owen read through, and there was a patient they called, I believe it was the family man. A case of multiple personalities in one body. You can imagine what that does to the
To an infested
physicality of.
person?
Yes. Suffice it to say, I found Seeker Evelyn here, bound to a dinner table or a butcher's bench. Managed to get the two of us out of that room. By the time the family realized what was going on, fortunately for us, it started blaming themselves. The most fortuitous circumstance. Below yet another floor, perhaps the most tragic of these patients was a violent sleepwalker who...
I get the same way. Someone wakes me up. I get the same way.
You stab people?
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant you just
While
get pissed
he
when you
is-
wake up.
No. He becomes violent while sleeping.
Huh.
Nav just blinks a couple of times. So like he punches you in your sleep or something?
Yeah, imagine that jacked up by mutation.
Ooh.
You know, yeah, fair enough.
The creature seemed to be awake when we encountered it. Fortunately, because the damn staircase creaked under my feet and I could swear I thought I was going to be dead. Luckily, it didn't seem inclined to fight, so it retreated. But I had to be sure, so I followed further into the ward. Found some sort of hoarder's nest full of crap, stuff on the floor everywhere. I had to time my footsteps with the self-mutilating flagellation this creature was performing to stay awake. I had found a barbed sleeping mask that they'd used previously to sort of combat his ailment, I suppose. And with a mage hand here, I snuck up behind the creature and slapped it onto its face. Dashed past it and inspected the corridor. Found a storage room and did the same on my way out.
Anything good?
Bunch of useless crap.
Well, can't get them all.
After that, I made my way into the lobby downstairs, where I found evidence of a more human-sized individual having passed through in the last 24 hours, I believe it was. Out back there was a garden. And the gates to this asylum were closed by 4 infected locks. One was unlocked by a pen having belonged to the family man. The others by different objects. I went out back into the garden and picked one of each flower I could find. Because there was a vision, if you will, associated with these locks. And rather than wasting my time, I simply tried one of each flower until one of them unlocked the door.
Wolfsbane was. Evelyn remarks.
Indeed. We made our way out. Saw that you'd all made it. I was very relieved. I left no room unchecked in that mental ward, I had to be sure.
Well, from the looks of it, you guys all seem safe and sound. So congrats on that. Busted out of the loony bin. Last, but certainly not least, and he flicks a piece of popcorn over at you, Chedamir. What about you?
Okay. This popcorn is actually surprisingly good. Anyways.
I told you. I got a magic touch.
Skipping over that joke. Woke up.
Here's a smirk.
Woke up in an asylum room. It was locked, who would have guessed? And I'm gonna say I lockpicked it my own way, which is I broke the fucking thing with a spear, which, by the way, this is the greatest investment I have ever had. She says, like, holding up her spears, is like, this is fucking good.
Preston does good work, Mira remarks.
Oh, yes. Anyways, so I got out of there, and came into this area that seemed to be like a labyrinth you would hear in a story. Just look down one hallway, it just keeps going, look down the other one, it keeps going the other way. And it didn't seem like anyone else was there.
That's usually how hallways work, Chedamir.
No, I mean further than you could imagine. Like you think you see where the end should be. It just
too far.
Anyway.
Not being smirking underneath his mask.
Well, here's the note to say that it wasn't a normal hallway, is that it was made of flesh.
Flesh hallway.
Now you're just getting perverse, Chedamir.
I will destroy you all.
Go on,
All of you.
continue regaling us about your endeavors. Hallway.
I don't have to say shit. I don't gotta say fucking anything.
I don't have to tell you any information either.
God damn it.
Funny how this works.
I hate you. Anyways. So, I took a piece off to study it. Don't. And a few moments later, this black ink blood, in hindsight, starts coming out of the wall. And I leave because, obviously, that's not going to be good. Oh, she pulls out one of the vials of the black blood, as I'm going to just say.
Stop there.
What? Hold up, what the fuck? I just had this. She checks her pouch where the other beads would have been.
It's gone.
Mary can attest, it was real. Or at least the evidence that I had was real.
Are you sure you don't need to go back to the cradle?
I will throw you through this fucking window.
You can try. So go on.
Later.
Before I throw him out the window. Finish the story.
Black blood. I head off in a direction. And eventually come across another instance of a wound being in the ground. And this creature had come out of it. Humanoid made of this black stuff. And it attacked me. And my mantle broke. And it shouldn't have. It was very easy to avoid, but... Anyways, it was very easy to kill as well, because it just splattered on the ground. I continue on my way, and eventually come across a handful of them that I managed to avoid by ducking into another one of these cells. And after the door closed, and these things got away, and as I was about to open it again, it just kind of moved. Just...
Yeah, that's what doors tend to do. They tend to move, you know?
Not
They-
open and close, but like just slide along the wall and move to another wall and then to another wall. It wasn't a normal door. I'll give you that.
Yeah, no, you don't fucking say. It wasn't. Don't say. I wouldn't have figured.
Anyways, so I open that up, look outside. I actually found a window outside, and I see the cradle, I see the town and everything, and I see another opened doorway, which then led me to a receptionist area where I bumped into Mira.
Mira, where's Diane?
Hi. Who was looking through a bunch of files and papers and things, and almost shot me with a bow. She was looking to.
She shrugs.
I mean, I don't judge your instincts. Could have been faster. Anyways.
Oh, my bad. Next time I'll be sure to shoot you with an arrow. Right when you're not expecting it.
I had a shield. Have a shield. Shot, shoot, shh.
Loosed.
So after looking through some files, we found that Aiden Hughes was seemingly getting different bodies from the mortuary. Just anybody that died would essentially be sent his way. And Garth can't remember if they stopped sending him bodies eventually.
Nope.
Nope, they just kept throwing it at him because what are they gonna do with him?
Basically.
Yeah. Later on, it became relevant that he was also looking into other not dead individuals, but that's for a different part. We continued down the staircase where a giant wall suddenly appeared, and Mira left unwillingly.
According to you, yeah.
What happened on your end?
I saw you walk down the staircase. Also, oh, you are not muted. We can hear you. To a degree. He then mutes himself. That or I will mute him.
I'm just gonna mute him to be safe for now. Because it sounds like other things are going on. Anyways, so Mira just saw me walk down the staircase and just...
Yep.
I don't know which one I like better, my story or your story. I don't think either is good. Let's just go with that.
Well, apparently you had more shit happen to you, so come on.
Yeah,
Finish up.
it didn't get much better from there. So I went downstairs, found the receptionist area, again, almost identical. Looked through some of the papers, but nothing was the same. And there was one thing that said, "I want out," written on the pages. So that's ominous as all hell. Eventually I wrote a message on the paper, and it turns out that by going down the staircase I could communicate with whoever was doing this. Well, not doing it intentionally. His name's Devlet. He was the individual in the wheelchair. Turns out Aiden Hughes' situation with him was to... His biological situation was that of his body would sporadically and almost violently in ways grow bone. In ways just explode into shrapnel, break his own arms, things like that. And his manipulation of that was to have the rest of him grow to match the rest of the world around him, I suppose. So, after a bit of a conversation, going down a lot of stairs, boy was I getting tired by the end of that, I went down a certain hallway, which led to my reflection turning into an eyeball at one point, which was weird and uncomfortable, and I was just looking around. Beside the point, went down a flight of things. I guess this worked on me.
You went last in the Seekers.
I said weird, not disturbing. I was fine.
No, not that part. The stairs.
I was fine.
You haven't seen our spire.
Oh yeah, that would suck. I'd get used to it. Beside the point. Garth brain stopped. That's it. Go down. I believe it was a ladder or a staircase. I went down again, but not through the same staircase I was using to communicate, just a different one. That was also in a flesh hallway. She just points over to Knopf, who she expects to laugh.
You know, the 2 play candy hands with a smirk.
Hey.
I didn't say anything.
You were thinking it, and I know it.
What's your plan?
Anyways. Went downstairs, and I was met with a different area. And at this point, shit gets weird. Shit gets weirder. It just kept getting weird. From what I can tell, it was... I went into his memories, I believe. It might have been something that actually affected time, maybe a little bit. I don't know magic well enough to really discern. At the very least, it was affecting his memories. And the first memory was that of when he was a kid. His arm broke and shattered in 1,000 different ways. Not 1,000, but... And I discovered that I could actually affect it in some way by leaving a potion there that managed to heal his arm. Shut up with your winking emojis.
What winking emojis, Chenamere? I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway. Serious. Yeah, I left a potion there and it actually affected him in a way. Which is why I think it affected time. Confusing myself. After that, it warped again, and there was an office that had someone presenting him files of informations and surgeries that they could potentially do. One of them being trying to just burn through his system and try getting all the bad stuff, in quotation marks, as you would describe to a child. Get the bad stuff out. And the other one was to get more direct transplants of the bones from any subject that they could. In the end, he
How old was he at the time?
Oh, he was a kid. I don't know, maybe 13.
Ah, something for the orphanage then.
Yeah, leaning that direction. Aside the point, he ended up going with the more purging situation, try to burn everything out, which I personally don't know if it worked that well or not. Seemed to do something. At the very least, he didn't hurt anyone. After that, it changed to a bit further in the future, and these two individuals were essentially using him to get candy from one of the doctors. That's not the important part. What was important is that they were going to assault him afterwards. There was a doctor with candy. Devil's a good kid. They told him, "Oh, go get candy for us."
This sounds like a really creepy pedophile situation, not gonna lie. Just laying that out there, Chenamere.
I didn't have a choice here. It was the weird magic-y things.
Not holding 2 play gang hands. I'm not saying you're implicated in the pedophilia. I'm just saying the cradle's weird.
Really, I never would have guessed that one.
I know, right? It's such a surprise.
Anyways, they were going to stab him with a knife after the.
Okay, that's a bit more up my.
See, there you go. They're gonna assault the kid because I guess they were bored.
Really enough, you like knives up your alley.
Give you a wink.
That's a terrible joke.
Knives and their sheaves. Either one works for me.
Henri just responds at that.
Chanamere's just rubbing the bridge of her nose.
Those 3 seeker, non-captain seekers are just looking at each other and taking a step away from.
I'm never gonna get through this story. Anyways.
It sounds like you can't do the good part though. Come on, keep going.
Okay. They were going to stab him. Out of game. I remember I described it as shield bashing the guy in the face, but you described something else happening in a way.
Yes, because I failed.
Yes. Either way,
I'm not gonna remind you.
yeah. From what I recall, he went into a daze instead, and his accomplice kind of framed him for what was going to happen. And Devlet managed to get away from the situation, unfazed. Well, physically unfazed. Ah, crap, baskets. Garth has to remember things. I believe there was one after that. Yes, there was. After that, everything fades away again, comes back. It was a different scene. He was older, later teens, and there was a doctor that was, let's say, prescribing him medicine.
As doctors do.
You'll see why they weren't a great doctor. They were prescribing him medicine, and on the way back to his place of stay to start taking said medicine, a different doctor intervened and told him to come find the second doctor later, and they would give him proper medication. After such, things fade away, come back, and we're there with 3 different sets of vials. The first ones were all yellow, the second set were a variety of different colors. It's moderately unimportant now. Moderately. And upon drinking the first one, he went silent. Just completely and utterly silent. Aside from, like, shaking a bed or something. Like, his coughing, his breathing, anything that he would do pretty much didn't make noise. And the doctor...
Sounds Eddie.
Yeah. And the doctor...
Sounds like he twiddles his fingers. Sounds like my popcorn.
Yeah, but in a potion variant?
Not surprising.
It's interesting. So, I intervene in some way to make sure that he doesn't drink the other 2, because who knows what the fuck that's going to do after that. To say it was suspicious is an understatement.
Agreed.
And yeah, the second doctor ends up breaking the vial, decides to leave and go get new ones, and Devlet at that point is persuaded to leave. He ends up getting assistance, and it turns out the first doctor and the second doctor were actually planning on trying to kill him. The potion was to silence him, and the rest were just to make it seem like he had, I don't know, maybe a heart attack. Go peacefully into sleep, something, I don't know.
Amateurs.
Monsters. After that, I actually saw Aiden Hughes. Kind of.
Not raising an eyebrow.
I say kind of because it was another one of his memories. What happened exactly? He seemed just black and inky. There wasn't really like a... You could see it was a person, but you couldn't make details, unfortunately.
So no description then.
Not particularly. But
What about
definitely imposing force.
build, height?
Could Shedmere describe such?
I mean, you guys know what Aiden Hughes looks like.
Yeah.
He's relatively average in terms of height. I don't know, 5'10 or so, 5'11. Not a particularly strong build, but he is a field researcher, so he has some capability to him.
Mm-hmm. You get a bit more athletically inclined, whether you want to or not.
Essentially.
Anyway.
Other than that, long black hair, stuff like that.
He was charming in his own way, weirdly enough. But to be fair, they didn't really know who they were talking to.
Did you heard his voice?
I did. Said some things.
Well, what did he sound like?
Reassuring? He sounded like he could fix everyone's problems, almost. I guess.
Did he sound convincing?
That's good.
Comforting?
Not his words comforting, but his actions a bit. He didn't seem like an evil mastermind trying to give an entire town the plague.
They never do.
Anyways, after that, I actually met Devlet for real. Apparently, I just went walking to a Garth can't remember the word, operating theater that locked behind me, and
Yep.
it was a scene.
Oh, yeah.
I did he was being held in place monstrously through many means, and I did everything I could to help. I didn't do that great. But after things settled down, that's also how I discovered some stuff about the infection, because, hey, being around somebody that infected kind of rubs off on you, whether you want to. And Henri and Mira busted through the door, and as we were leaving, Henri did her thing. Chenmir says, like, waving in Henri's direction, just like, I don't know what to fucking describe it.
She elbows you.
What?
Just some proper divine intervention.
Yeah, her thing. I don't know what it is. And Devlet lived. Mary found a wheelchair. We walked out. And bumped into all you lot.
And then you guys came here?
Well, we chased down that thing. Found whoever was in that church. And then came here, yes.
Oh, you saw one of those guys, huh?
There's more.
Oh, yeah. Lots.
Can you figure out what they're supposed to do? I have an idea.
All I know is they're magically inclined and you should not piss them off. And that they are much more intelligent than any other dumbass wander around here.
Good to know.
Not the hive mind, Marshal. Think of them as, lieutenants, I guess. I'm not sure why a hive mind needs lieutenants, I guess. Walking tactical nodes is how I would describe it. Magically inclined, one of the mutations from the Temple District. Well, the only one, not one of, the only one. And as far as I can tell from my recon, they've been just scouring the place looking for any fancy magic or holy artifacts. Best place to look for it. Yeah. Temple District. So good job in stealing one back from him. Sure people in the captains will be pleased.
It's something. Anyways, that's pretty much what happened on my
Good.
end.
I'm glad you're not dead.
It got close.
We did fight the chief of staff from the cradle. The what? The chief of staff.
Guy in charge.
Right.
If you couldn't tell by the title.
Yeah, I figured that. What was he like?
I
Was he
put on
big
his
brain
face.
or was he small brain? Oh. Wait.
Flesh on.
He looks at Evelyn. You're giving me shit for looking non-infected when you saw that earlier? Would you mind showing him what he looked like afterwards, Aldrich?
My pleasure. I switch.
Okay, you know what? I take back my previous statement. You're very fair in trying to judge me in that.
I drop it.
I can't do that. Don't worry. I mean, I could disguise myself. I don't become that. Anyways. So you guys had a hell of a trip getting here. So, now that you guys are here, what's your guys' next move? I'm only here to act as advisor and, obviously, Safehouse runner. Or distraction, if need be.
My first instinct is to wait for dawn, especially considering what you said about them seeing in the dark.
Yeah. What about past that, though?
Obviously, we have Noble District.
Crash, is it possible to see the cradle from where we are?
You can see its walls and such, as well as the taller stories of its taller structures. So you can
Okay.
probably see a bit of the mentally insane one that you're in from here.
So, if there were to somehow be movement, for example, from the direction of the Noble's Quarter or the City Hall area there, or the Murmurs, toward the cradle, would we be able to see that from where we are?
Yeah, you can also see like the right bridge that leads into the cradle. You can also see that as well. So basically, you have here. I'll just draw a really, really shitty. I mean, like really shitty.
I'm a real shitty.
Like really shitty sightline. So like, it's like a nose. It's like a really shitty sightline.
Looks like a chicken wing.
It does. It does look like a chicken. The fold right here next to where you guys are. Probably a bit more like.
My
You should be able to see it.
yes. My first thought is to set some sort of surveillance, because we did send a. Well, I guess we did get a response, just in case. Keep an eye on the cradle. We kind of sent a provocative note of challenge, in lack of a better word.
Fight me, little bitch.
Bite me, you little bitch. Famous last words.
Not for Marshall.
Fair. For now.
Only for now, for now.
So, worst case, nothing comes of it. Worser case, we have a lot of movement toward the cradle that could potentially be used to our advantage. Perhaps something shakes loose. We will see in the morning, I believe.
Fair enough. Then by all means, plenty of blankets, mats, rugs, couches, cushions. Plus stuff for the evening. I have some information as to things I've seen if you guys are curious. If not, then I honestly don't care.
I nod at that.
I didn't hear what you said, Gar.
I said immensely.
Oh.
It's like, I want to.
Well, let's see.